medal as a defenseman for this USA squad. What would this mean for you to be able to bring home another gold for you and your family?
I think it'd be a great thing for our country. You know, that group put USA Hockey at this event on the map 20 years ago, and many of our players were born in that year, and so it'd be a huge moment for our country to be able to do that.
All the best today. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
So there you can see Team Sweden's head coach Magnus Havlet. David Carl behind the bench for Team USA. Trey Augustine gets the start in goal for the Americans, and for Team Sweden it'll be Hugo Havlet. Referee ready to drop it at center ice. Cutter Gauthier will be taking the draw for Team USA.
That's good there, fellas.
Noah Ostlund in the middle for Team Sweden. Buffalo Sabres draft pick. Here we go. We are underway in the gold medal game at the 2024 World Junior Championship. Thanks so much for joining us today. Puck comes all the way down, and we get a quick icing 11 seconds in.
You know, face-offs are a situation that has really favored the U.S. in this tournament. In the last game that they played against the Finns, they were close to 60% in the offensive zone, and Nazar was just tremendous in that area. They've been winning a ton of draws, and another one here.
And there's a shot by Chesley to the net, stopped by Havlet. Behind the net, Salomonson, right shot defender, tries to move it up the wall. Some forechecking pressure by the Americans, and quickly it's up to Wahlberg. Wahlberg chips it in, tries to chase it down. Puck comes all the way past the American, all the way down the ice. No icing on the play. Teams will change. Swedes will look to move it up the ice.
You make a good point here. Every coach wants to get every player on the ice as fast as they can in a big game like this to get their skates on the ice, get a good first touch, get a physical bump, whatever the case is. But you need to get your players involved early in the first couple of minutes. Get everybody out there.
These two teams played in a gold medal game in 2013 in Russia. Team USA won that one 3-1. Down 1-0 in the game. Rallied to get a couple. Rocco Grimaldi had a pair of goals, and Vinny Trocheck with an empty netter to seal it.
I think Rocco just had another baby.
Well, congratulations if that's the case. Fans here in Sweden, you're going to be hearing them loud and proud throughout the day here in a full building. 10,000 plus. And Team USA now on the attack the other way. Trying to move it ahead to Smith, couldn't get it to him. And now Sternberg starts the other way.
Keep an eye on the Swedes on the rush. They have not scored a rush goal in 4 games. It's just not been a strong area for them. Watching all their offensive chances on the rush, they could be a little disjointed. They could be a little puck selfish at times. And the U.S., in my opinion, has got much better defending middle ice and defending the line. So that could be a nightmare for the Swedes based on the last 4 games and their lack of success on the rush.
They move the puck up high. It goes all the way past the defender and all the way back down the ice. Matthias Havlet will come back. You can see in the photo there, Havlet and his brother Hugo, they are twins, and their uncle, Magnus, is the head coach. Their dad, Nicholas, played in the NHL, 628 games. Anaheim, New Jersey, Atlanta. So that's a hockey family, the Havlet family. Certainly a monster day for them. Sweden now to their set, shot through traffic wide. Salomonson with the shot from the right point. Kept in by Sandin Pellikka, down low. Spinning around, it's Wagner. Fabian Wagner behind the net. An exchange. Sweden with some puck control right here. Salomonson down below the goal line, the defender. Ostlund back up high, gets it back. Good puck possession here by the Swedes. Puck shot through traffic, knocked down by Chesley, throws it out to center. The Americans knock it all the way down the ice, and we're going to get an icing.
Now, talking about Sweden's offense, as you get a good look at Finley for the U.S., and Quinn Finley's had a good tournament. Sandin Pellikka is one of the guys I'll reference in this. No team has benefited more from some average goaltending than the Swedes. They have scored a lot of goals from long distance with some screens in front. They've been able to establish net front, but they have scored on a lot of wrist shots from long distance the last couple of games.
There's a shot by Lekaramaki that gets blocked. Keep an eye on him. 23 in the gold Vancouver Canucks draft pick, 2022. And he is one of the leading scorers for Sweden with 9 points and 6 goals. Here comes a shot, kicked out, rebound, good opportunity, and just whistled wide by Östlund. So the Swedes have come out quick in this one. Behind the net, it's Lindstein, moves it up. Swedes trying to move in on the rush. Knocked in the zone by Rutzlaff. Puck kicks up. Americans try to get it out of the zone. And they do. And in this game, Dave, the Swedes, they've defended very well in this tournament, only given up 9 goals. They gave up no goals in the first 3 games. The Americans have been more the offensive team, scoring 6.5 per game. So it's a fight of styles. The Swedes' defensive acumen and the Americans' skill and speed.
Both teams are quick. Both teams can make plays. Both teams got some heaviness to them. Swedes are pretty good on the forecheck.
Snuggerud with that shot. Havlat eats it up.
I expect early on in this game there's going to be a lot of after the whistle nonsense. Well, I shouldn't say nonsense. A lot of after the whistle business as both teams try to establish their net front game and a little bit extra. Here come the Swedes at a couple opportunities, and this is as good a rush chance as they've had in the last 3 or 4 games. Real big stop by Augustine. Kicks one into the rebound lane, but look how well he recovers as he's going from his left to his right. Glove is up, takes away the far side, and nice timing on his slide.
Off the draw, Salamonson behind the net, moves it up. Puck gets turned over in the neutral zone, kicks around. Salamonson picks it up. He leaves it. Stenberg chasing it down, but Hudson is there for Team USA. Rinzel, long pass ahead, stretched out to Brindley. Brindley fights off Salamonson, goes low to high. They go across to Rinzel, looks, tries to get it down low, deflected. Puck comes up the wall, kept in by the Americans, rings around the kick plate. Behind the net, Isaac Howard tries a pass in front, hits the net. Americans are able to keep it in, shot towards the net, bounces into the slot area, comes to Rinzel, his shot stopped by Havlat. Unger Sorum now starts the other way for the Swedes. Down the right side with a shot stopped by Augustine, and he's going to hold on.
And tighter on that rebound is Augustine after the last one, kicked out a little bit. And Augustine, in my opinion, has been excellent when it comes to his rebound control. Swedes capitalize here. Quick transition out after Havlat makes a couple of stops. And one thing both of these teams, you'll notice that they can do very well is get out of their own zone quick. Whether it be one pass or a quick carry up and then a distribution elsewhere. But both of these teams have been really, really solid getting out of their own zone quickly.
Östlund on the draw for Sweden. Puck over to the wall. Americans clear it out, and here's Oliver Moore. Tipped off his stick. Americans retreat back into their zone. Chesley has it now. Flips it up over everyone's head. Americans chase down. Moore with that speed tried to get to it, couldn't do it, and here come the Swedes. Wahlberg moves it ahead. Drop pass, shot. Just stopped in front. It rolls around to the crease and kept out by Augustine. Shot there by Lindstein. Behind the net, Östlund. Puck knocked off his stick, and Wilander will retreat. Wilander teammates Elaine Hudson at BU.
That BU program is really on the rise. An appearance in the Frozen Four last year against Minnesota in the national semifinal, and Jay Pandolfo's got them rolling.
Here's a chance in front, nobody home. The Americans look to take off on the rush. Down the wall, it's Leonard. Throws one to the net off the side of the cage. Leonard behind. Smith leaves it down the wall. Pass in front, knocked away. Comes back, another shot deflected. Smith gets it back, looks across. Casey to the middle, knocked down. But kick it around in the Sweden end. They throw it back towards the net.
Sub shift by Smith.
Perot battling. Leonard came in with a hit. Swedes moving up the ice. Crowd responding to a little interaction behind the play. And now a stick comes up, and so does the arm, and we're going to get a penalty here. So Drew Fortescue will be off to the box. The referees looks like they're calling for a 2-minute as that stick came up on Pettersson. We'll take a break. Swedes to the power play when we come back.
Good offensive shift by the U.S. They get some zone time and some chances, and then back the other way come the Swedes. We talked about their quick breakout. They get an entry, and Fortescue's stick gets tied up with Pettersson and comes up a little bit high, and the Swedish power play gets to go to work.
Swedes have been very good on the power play in this tournament, 45%. Shot through traffic, stopped by Augustine. He'll hold on. The U.S. on the penalty kill, 85.7%. They've killed off 12 of 14.
Last 4 games for the Swedes against 4 really good opponents. They've had 5 power play goals, and a lot of it's come off the one-timer. They've gotten some opportunity from distance. Their defensemen are really good getting shots through, but they rely on those up-top shots and some good presence in front. They are not afraid to put the puck on net as soon as the lane opens, and that's been the key to their success.
Americans won the draw. Brindley was able to clear it down. The Swedes now try to regain the zone, and they do. It's Austin with a nice move. Comes through. Shot stopped by Augustine. Austin skipping right through there. Buffalo Sabres draft pick. Here's Lekaramaki. He could shoot it. Goes up top. Sandin Pellikka. One-time option there for Austin. Blocked down. Puck battle along the wall. Americans come away with it. Moving back is Buyam. And then he flips it out of the zone. That's Hudson, excuse me.
Hudson has had, sorry EJ, Hudson has had a good defensive stick as any defenseman in this tournament. His stick play and his defensive stick in his own end, tremendous.
Played over 25 minutes in the game yesterday, the semifinal win against the Finns. Sweden now looking to get to their set again. 45 seconds left in this power play chance. Coming down the wall. Into the zone, puck kicks up high, one-time opportunity, and deflected. I don't think that got to the net.
That's been their pay dirt play right there.
Unger Sorum had that chance. Here's one through traffic, fired wide off the glass. Puck kicks up, and Moore is able to clear it, and it gets out of the zone.
Real good defense of the entry by Hayes with a good gap.
Sorum Unger throws it across, one-time shot, knocked down by Augustine. Nice stop there on the cross-seam pass.
By the way, if you're a young player out there, work on your one-timers because it's been the story of this tournament. I can't tell you how many goals and how many great chances have come off one-timers, especially on the power plays.
So the Americans kill off the penalty to Fortescue. We're back at even strength. And the Swedes control the puck now below the goal line. Barn throws it in front. Bounces around. The Americans come up with it. Brindley fires a long cross-ice pass, gets it to Snuggerud, spins back. Jimmy Snuggerud throws it across, it hits the skate. Swedes come away with it. Lindstein throws it ahead. Wagner dumps it in. Lindstein, what a story. It's his birthday today, by the way, so happy birthday to the young guy, turns 20. A late addition to the team after the Swedes suffered an injury in the pre-tournament game against the U.S., and he has played very well. Swedes on the rush again. Chance deflected just wide. Swedes have had the better of the chances through the first 10 minutes.
They have looked much, much better on the rush based on what you and I were just talking about a moment ago where they hadn't looked terrific.
Maybe buoyed by this crowd, and now there's Lekaramaki tries to come in, taking off the play there, gives a little shot to Hudson. We play on.
You think of Lane Hudson as this great offensive defenseman, which he is, and I've said it all tournament, his defensive play is tremendously underrated.
And here's the Osland chance, Dave, just skipping through there, and Augustine standing tall.
And Augustine's been nice and calm in net, and that's been a key thing early. Yesterday, he looked a little jumpy. The first couple of shots, pucks fell off him, one fell behind him. Here he is big, he's in charge, he's squared, seal is good low, nice start.
And Augustine played in both of those U18 games, both in 22 and 23. Struggled in 22 in the 6-4 loss, much better in 23 in an overtime win where the Americans rallied down 2-0 in the third period, and they really did not get much of a look in that game. Third period, they got 2 goals, and then Leonard won it in overtime.
Fans, if you've ever wanted to go to a college hockey game, this is what they look like. Fans jumping, fans singing. The only thing missing is the band, but this is exactly what NCAA hockey looks like.
Shot through traffic, deflects up over the glass into the netting, and with that we will take a quick break. Scoreless through the first 10 plus. Got some big news. The 50th anniversary of the IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship is headed to the U.S. and the state of hockey, with the cities of St. Paul and Minneapolis in Minnesota serving as the host. If you're interested in receiving ticket information, sign up for the Minnesota Sports and Events newsletter by visiting worldjuniorsmn26.com. 2026, the U.S. is the host. Next year, it will be in Ottawa. Swedes once again. Puck possession in the offensive zone. Driving to the net. They go low to high, and shot by Lidenstein goes just wide. As I mentioned earlier, Lidenstein, he's got 8 points in this tournament, plus 11. Puck goes up in the air and bounces to Havlet, who puts the grab on it. And now we have a little more chatter in front of the net. Sticks get up. Crowd roaring throughout this one. Fun environment.
Absolutely.
For sure.
What a gold medal game should be. You just saw Havlet, you just saw Augustine, and that epic 2022 U18 game you mentioned where Havlet made about 300 saves. And that game was all U.S. for a good chunk of it, and Havlet was absolutely the story.
47 saves in that game for Hugo Havlet. He's not the biggest goalie, only 5'10", 170. He's one of the few guys in this game that is not drafted, but he's having another great tournament. 4-0, 9.52 save percentage.
Keeping an eye on the Swedes in their defensive zone faceoffs. They've got 5 righties and 2 lefties.
There's a shot by Brindley, glove down.
And one of the things as a coach you want to do in the defensive zone is obviously you really want a righty-lefty scenario, which opens you up to any option to get out of the zone quickly that you want. The guy on the defenseman on the wall should be on his offside, so anything that comes drawn straight back, his stick is protected, puck's protected, and he can cut the net and get around, and you get the other defenseman on their offside who can come in underneath.
William now up high, exchange. Here comes Smith with a shot deflected into the pads of Havlet, and he holds on, and once again we get some feistiness in front as Rutslat, 19 in gold, comes over and introduces himself to Perreault. Perreault's going to talk to the referee.
Nice job here by William on a little exchange with Smith, and that high overlap had Perreault sitting on the doorstep with a good stick waiting for it. Stick was down, ready for a good tip, and he got one. And Havlet, look where he is, top of the crease, so that when the puck goes off the tip, and if the goaltender can play up to the tip, then the puck doesn't have a whole lot of room to find openings. And so as a goalie, the closer you can get up on the tip, the better, limiting the puck's ability to travel and find spots.
Off the draw, Swedes take control, look to move it out of their zone. Long pass across. Stenberg throws it back over. Edstrom behind the net. Stenberg again. Trying to fight off Renzel. A battle in the corner. Renzel, Sternberg. Edstrom in there. Bouillon kicks up the wall and eventually out of the zone. Team USA trying to make something happen off the rush. Puck cleared to the corner. The Swedes come the other way again. Edstrom pulls up, dumps it in. Swedes will look for a change. Renzel to center, gets the blue line, down the corner. Brindley in there on the battle now. 1-on-3, loses the puck. Havlet comes the other way. Off the wall. Pettersson leaves it. Attempted shot towards the net there by Farstall. Renzel gets it up to Snuggerwood. Long pass ahead. Shot from an odd angle. Stopped there by Havlet. We'll get a whistle. It was McGroarty with the shot.
McGroarty this tournament has really been good. And yesterday on that power play goal they scored, the screen that he set up was tremendous as he really planted himself in front, helped create that. Here he comes in and a bad angle shot. And as the goaltender squares up, it's a good square by Havlat. He doesn't default to the RH or to the RVH too quickly. Stands his ground. Love to see that.
Americans take control off the puck drop. Snugger out there now with Gauthier and McGroarty. Offensive zone draw. Puck comes ahead. Team Sweden looking to make a play towards the net. Wahlberg was skipping around a couple of the Americans. Puck goes to the corner.
Wahlberg has been noticeable in every game the Swedes have played. He's a draft choice of the Buffalo Sabres, and he has really impacted games.
There's Casey with a shot, deflects. Another shot. Good stop there by Havlat. Good ripper by McGroarty. U.S. trying to get into more of a forechecking game right now. Swedes look comfortable so far, though, Dave.
I think both teams do, actually. I think the U.S. looks really comfortable defending. They look really good off the puck, which I think is important. The Swedes look like they want to play with good pace, and the U.S. would love to keep this game in fifth gear.
Stat with a shot that's deflected to the corner. Hudson up with it. Hudson headmans it up. Puck thrown in across. Try to get it to Leonard. Rolls it behind the net. Perreault is there. Joined by Smith. Comes back to Perreault. Perreault tries to throw it back to Smith. Good defensive play by the Swedes. They flip it out. Chesley now gets the center. Dumps it in. Knocked down. Axel Sandin Pellikka spinning the other way. Detroit Red Wings draft pick. And now we get a whistle. And we will take a quick break. Scoreless in the first. We take a look at the U.S. and Sweden in gold medal games. The record since 2000. The Americans have had a lot of success. 5-1. The Swedes just 1-5. That one came in 2012. With Mika Zibanejad getting the game winner. You can see the all-time record in gold medal games. The Americans 5-2 and the Swedes, it's been a struggle, 2-11.
Really, for the U.S., the game plan in the World Juniors is either play the Swedes or the Canadians in a gold medal game, right? That's
what it's been.
That's where the success is.
Playing the Finns didn't go so well
Not so
in 2019.
Much. That went well for 58 minutes, yeah.
But Capo Kakko with a goal late to give the Finns the gold medal in 2019 in Vancouver. The Americans won the goal in 2021. Here's a long pass through, trying to break through, backhand, and it goes under the pads. Finley breaking right through the middle of the Swedes' defense. Just ran out of real estate. You can see the Islander draft pick just a little disappointed. Just ran out of room.
Finley sneaks through. I think he was as surprised as anybody that he actually got through as clean as he did. No bodies on him. And he just used the afterburners to get through, got the defenseman, broke his ankles a bit, and was able to get it on net and then got himself a little bit too deep. Havlat is excellent when it comes to his positioning and his stick. That is something that's really stood out. And watching him through a couple of games, he's aggressive with the stick. He's a little old school in that respect. Loves to play at the top of his crease. He will trade defensive depth for aggressive stick.
Swedes now gaining the offensive zone again. Lekkerimäki, 6 goals in the tournament. U.S. looks to come out, and they do. Nazar gets it ahead. Howard on the chase. Isaac Howard throws it in front. Gets kicked back to the corner. Nazar throws it down low. Battling along the wall. Puck comes up, kept in. Julio tries to get it through, knocked down. Swedes come the other way. Brindley dogging on the back check, and we get a whistle.
And that was all Brindley.
And an offside.
All Brindley on the back check. What a track back to slow that thing down. The line with Brindley, Nazar, and Howard at times in his tournament has been dominating. At times in his tournament has been quiet. You watch them over the last couple of games, they are just percolating right under the surface. And I get a feeling in a game like this that could have a lot of speed end to end, that line could do a chunk of damage if the pace stays as high as it's been.
American music, one of the great exports all over the world. Little country roads there, the crowd getting into it. They've been singing most of the game.
Surprised we haven't had the soundtrack to Mamma Mia
Now we're
flying.
going to get a penalty as McGroarty is down. It's going to be a penalty on Team Sweden. See, Augustine was waiting to leave the net wisely with the puck right around his cage. The Americans have 6-on-5 now on delayed penalty. Spinning back is Snuggerud. Drops it for Smith. Up through the middle. Pass to Gauthier. Gauthier throws it back. Team USA trying to get in the offensive zone. Casey to the corner. All the way back. Smith's going to get a look. Tries a shot pass and a goal! Perreault in front! Deflects it home! And the Americans strike first! It's 1-0.
Casey with a tremendous move at the line just to gain it, and then the U.S. goes to work. Great look by Smith. Smith has been their best player all game long. He has made some plays off the radar that have been tremendous. Now he makes a great puck play, picks up his eyes, sees he's got Perreault going to the front of the net. Perreault goes right down the post lane, puts the stick down, doesn't get too close to the goalie, so he gives himself a little room. Beautiful. And the U.S. with a 1-0 lead as they take advantage with the 6-on-5.
See the reaction from the families, the fans. In a minority today in Sweden, but boy, they are excited. And on a delayed penalty, with the net empty, Team USA strikes first. It's Perreault with the goal. Smith certainly with the assist. Great shot pass, and that familiarity again of those that BC line. They play together at BC. They've played together with the World Junior or World National Team program, and they've been lights out good. And they strike here.
They were -2 at the end of the first period yesterday. And they were on the ice for both goals in the second period, or both goals that the United States scored to get the game tied up in period 2. And we talked about that yesterday. They were probably jonesing to get something back, and they more than made up for it.
The Swedes now look to attack back. Behind the net, Edstrom tries to come in front. Puck shot through traffic, stopped in front. Good save there by Augustine, then a second chance went wide. Puck up high, goes across to Lidstein. Chance to the net, Oslin again. He's been dynamic so far. That one is stopped. We got a little battle in front, Oslin and Hudson.
Oslin, probably a lot of fans of Boston College watching this game. Oslin will remind you a whole lot of Cam Atkinson, but the way that he plays the game. Small, thick, quick, really explosive player. Here's the U.S. on the breakout as they got up ice nice and quick on this, and just one great look on the shot pass from Smith to Perreault.
Doesn't get any better than that. That was a terrific play by Smith and Perreault. For Perreault, it was his third goal of the tournament. Smith picks up another assist. He's got 8 points now.
Now, early on in the game, Smith had a shift where he scissored with the defenseman and let the defenseman go down the wall to make a chance. Smith stayed at the point and covered. Puck came back up high in the zone. Smith was right there to make a play, and then realized that he could then exchange with the defenseman and get back down low and get underneath the circles. And he managed to keep a couple of pucks in as the shift went along. It was just great awareness by Smith on the exchange and then on the re-exchange.
Swedes now controlling in the offensive zone. Americans trying to keep it to the outside. Puck comes through. Good defensive posture there. And the puck comes the other way. Snuggerud gets it ahead. Shot off the glove of Havlat. It bounces over the net. Good opportunity there by Gauthier. Here's Snuggerud now. Up high. Casey. Back towards the net. Deflected in front. And Havlat gets a glove on it. Smart play by Casey to get it to the net. And Dave, to your point earlier, Casey made a great play on that entry that led to the goal on the delayed penalty. If he doesn't make that entry there, there's no play.
The U.S. it's been a strength of theirs, and a lot of that's to do with their speed and their skill. This is a play where this is just kind of blood and guts, throw it to the front of the net, and hopefully your guy in front can get a tip on it. Havlat once again, right up on the tip, puck's got nowhere to go.
U.S. wins the draw. Wenzel down below the goal line. Tries to come out, throws it through the crease, just wide. Americans making a push here in the final 75 seconds. Swedes come the other way. Ogren pulls back. Throws it up the wall. Team USA is there. They come back. Minute left in period number 1. Smith, and we get a whistle. They're offside.
So when you take a look at the Swedes on the rush just now, and the amount of time the puck spent on the stick of the puck carrier, I mean, that's just way too much. And it's been a problem that I've noticed with the Swedes as has gone on. You and I have just talked about how they're just not scoring on the rush a ton. That's one of the reasons why. They have just so overhandled at times on their entries.
And that was Yannick Perreault, played for a long time in the National Hockey League and part of a Stanley Cup winner during his time. And there he is, great face-off guy. I'm sure he's a proud papa right now.
If I'm not mistaken, Chicago hired him for a while to be their face-off consultant, didn't they?
He was good at it. There's no question about it. And his son Gabe has been a terrific young player. Draft pick of the New York Rangers. First round pick in the 23 draft. 25 points this year in 17 games at BC.
And this kid's game's going to translate too. A lot of it has to do with his speed. A lot of it has to do with his puck protection. He's got a really, oops, there's a little bit of a piece of technology.
Yeah, that's not looking good right there.
But Perreault, the thing about Perreault that I also really like, and I know scouts really love, is his ability to protect pucks. Like he's got a nice ability to drive and realize that if there's not a lane there, he can cut back around. And because he's not huge, he corners really well. You know, some of those bigger guys that kind of corner like a battleship. He's more like a Ferrari when he just gets tucked in and turned and on his edges, and he can come out of those puck protection curls with his eyes up and with speed.
So we are back in action here, last minute of period number 1. Team USA with the 1-goal lead. Gabe Perreault scoring on a delayed penalty. The extra attacker on the ice, net empty. The Americans made it work. They did a really nice job, Dave, moving the puck up the ice and gaining the zone and getting that opportunity.
Their power play yesterday was 2 for 2. It's not a power play goal, but it's power play-esque. And the man advantage for the U.S. has been a huge factor in their success.
Frank Nazar now behind the net. Throws it up high. 20 seconds left in the period. Puck rolled off the stick of Hudson. He regroups. Hudson now attacking. 15 seconds left in the period. Pulls up. Loses it. Swedes try to come the other way. Good defensive play there. Knock that pass down through. Comes the other way. Here comes one last chance by Brindley. Tries to get it off. Can he do it? Shot to the net. Blocked away. And the horn goes. But Gabe Perreault puts Team USA on the board. They lead it 1-0 after 20. Let's get it to our intermission crew, Lauren Gardner and Jason Demers.
1-0 Team USA over Sweden after the first 20 minutes of play. As we take a look here at the game summary, shots 10-7 in favor of the U.S. and they have not had an opportunity on the man advantage. Sweden, though, not able to capitalize on theirs. However, it was the U.S. that struck first. Gabe Perreault, first-round pick for the New York Rangers, standing by with our own John Rosen.
Gabe, that's textbook 6-5 execution. Talk about what was it that allowed you guys to kind of read off each other and you could get that goal?
Yeah, I think we weren't really trying to force anything. And then once we got in the zone, Rod made a hell of a play to Smitty, and then kind of just went to the net, and Smitty had a hell of a pass, so it was a nice play all around.
So first 20 minutes, what did you learn about your team and about the opponents?
Yeah, I think it's two really good teams going at it, really intense, lots of emotion, so it's a really fun game to be part of, and intense battle, like I said.
And also your head coach, David Carl, he seems to have that real even keel approach. How does that rub off on the rest of the team? Yeah,
it's always helpful. He's super calm, always supporting us out there, so I think having a guy like that, he's been through it, he knows what he's doing, so it's always nice to have someone on the bench like that.
Congrats on the goal, best of luck rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Gabe Perreault fired up after that first period and a big goal there for Team USA. Our guy Jason Demers absolutely loves it. Highlights from the bronze medal game, a big comeback for Czechia. We'll get to it after this.
Red Bull. The best women's hockey players in the world are coming to the U.S. this April as Utica, New York hosts the 2024 IIHF Women's World Championship. All session ticket packages are on sale now. Visit 2024.womensworlds.hockey for more information.
In this period, one thing I think the U.S. will want to do is clean up on the dot. Swedes had a big advantage, 14-8 on the faceoff dot. Östlund was 8-1 for the Swedes in the offensive zones. The Swedes had the edge in shots, and a lot of it had to do with how much possession time they got off of draws.
And Östlund, one of the leading scorers for Team Sweden in the tournament. He's tied with Karamäki. Both have 9 points. Östlund has 3 goals. Karamäki has 6. So I guess technically Karamäki would have the edge, but he certainly was revved up and playing well, Östlund. He was noticeable in the first 20. The Americans will have to keep an eye on him. And we are getting ready for puck drop here in period number 2, and the puck is down, and we're back at it here at the gold medal game. Gothenburg, Sweden. Team USA, Team Sweden. The Americans with the 1-goal lead on the score off the stick of Gabriel Perreault. Beautiful setup on a shot pass from Will Smith, the teammates at Boston College, connecting to give the Americans the lead. Team USA out of the zone now. Gauthier. His shot deflected to the corner. Sandin Pellikka moves it ahead. Chesley tries to stop that puck in the neutral zone and does. Just slips it right back down behind the net where Havlat will play it. Sandin Pellikka throws it ahead, a little too far. Chip back in the neutral zone. Americans look to come with some speed here. Howard throws it through the slot. Nobody home. Down the wall, it's Casey. Throws it to the middle. Howard couldn't play it. He gets spun around. Howard knocked down. Puck still bouncing around. Howard sidesteps a check, throws in front. Puck kicked up in the air, and the Swedes come the other way. Bistad. Bistad down the left side, throws it through. Good back-checking work by the Americans. They come the other way quick. It's Howard. He leaves it. Nazar with a shot. Short side, stopped by Havlat.
U.S. tracking back has been a story in this game. That's 3 really good defensive plays they've made off the back check to prevent something from happening.
Stenberg now spins away. 25 in goal, taken to the boards hard by Casey. Nazar down there as well. Swedes come away with possession. Edström spinning back behind his neck. Unger Sorum coming out, tries to make a play to the net. Puck spins behind. Turnover below the dot. Americans battling to try to fight off a chance here. And a deflection and a goal. A good forechecking shift by the Swedes leads to a goal. And we're tied at 1.
This line with Stenberg, Edström, and Unger Sorum is a lot like the U.S. line centered by Nelson. It's a line that can play up-tempo offensively, but can also grind and create chances. And here they do just that as they get a puck back to the point, and a tip in front, and a 5-hole goal. Stenberg got a stick available in front of Fortescue. This is a typical goal that the Swedes have scored over the last few games. Long distance with a play to the front of the net. Now they've gotten the benefits of some long goals that have found the net. This one they work for is they grind, get one low to high, and set up a nice screen and tip.
So Stenberg, if he does get the goal, it will be his 5th of the tournament. The assist to Matthias Havlat. Made that shot from the point. Just a good forechecking shift by Team Sweden. And they get this knotted up. The Americans look to come the other way now. Perreault spins back, throws it behind the goal line. Battle in the corner. Puck comes loose. Leonard is on it. Tries to get it up the wall. He does, but comes out of the zone.
Swedes definitely had the better of the chances in period number 1 in terms of grade A's, and they had some good opportunities right in front of the net. U.S., most of their good chances came from a little outside of the grease pan.
Puck gets turned over. Hudson has to chase it back. Watched by Östlund. Swedes looking to get that forechecking game going again. Wahlberg in on it. They go low to high. Shot through traffic to the front of the net, just goes wide. Puck up on the wall. Americans can't clear. Karamaki, now he turns it over. U.S. coming the other way. Moore spins back. Oliver Moore back below the goal line. Finley is there. Finley with it. He goes low to high. They go across. Hudson looking, throws it. Quick shot by Moore. He couldn't get anything on it. Stopped before it gets to the cage.
This period especially, the U.S. wants to make the Swedes defend for extended periods of time so that they can grind for a while, get a good change, and set the next line that's coming up for success in the offensive zone based on the ground game that they establish.
Hudson behind the net. Throws it across. Chesley. Right side. Americans bang it in. And now we're going to get a whistle, and they may get an icing on that. Not sure if that puck was touched by the American player at the blue line. Here's another look at the goal, Dave.
Swedes go to work down low, good sticks, win some battles. There we go, low to high, across the Royal Road, get everybody stretched out, and that allows the tip to set up in front. And a real nice piece of stick work by Stenberg, a draft choice of the St. Louis Blues in 2023 in the first round.
Yeah, 25th overall by the Blues. They had 3 first-round picks last year. Puck knocked behind the net. Lindstein throws it up the wall. Swedes look to come the other way with some speed.
Got to move it earlier. That's why they don't score on the rush. It's little things like overhandling and that.
They gain the puck, though. Beestead throws it across. Shot through traffic. Stopped by Augustine. Rebound fired just wide. Swedes having the better of things in the first 4+ minutes here, period number 2.
When it didn't go well for the U.S. in the first period yesterday, and I'm just talking more of the scoreboard, the U.S. went into the locker room, and basically the message was, we're a good team, and we believe in what we do, and we have a lot of good players. So play your game, you'll find it, but just stick with it. Similar situation now.
There's a shot through traffic, just goes wide of the net. Here's a chance in front. Deflected up off the glass behind the cage. More good forechecking by Team Sweden, and now we get puck knocked down with a high stick, and we'll get a face-off.
And again, it's that grind line with Stenberg on it. That's starting to make some hay for the Swedes as they win a puck out of the corner. Again, across the ice, so they can stretch the U.S. defense out. And that is something that the U.S. has even talked about a bit, as Stuttgart tried to get a block on it, is being a little bit tighter defensively, as teams have been able to take advantage of a little bit of the looseness between the dots, and that's a point of emphasis both David Carl and Brett Larson talked about pregame, was dominating between the dot lines.
Americans now on the attack. Stick goes flying from the Swedish player. Puck down below the goal line. Brindley. Defense activates. Casey comes in. Changes the geography in the zone. Now it comes all the way out. Team USA on the attack again. In the corner. Williams spins back, throws it below the goal line. Puck kicks to the middle. Nobody home, and the Swedes try to get out. A turnover, though. Now Howard enters, but he's going to be offside.
Isaac Howard has been really good for this team throughout the course of the tournament. Plays at Michigan State University, and he's playing as advertised. Like this, the role that he's played on this team is a lot like the role that he is playing back in East Lansing, a transfer from the University of Minnesota Duluth. He's a pure goal scorer. He's a real good skater and a wonderful chemistry guy.
So the goal for Team Sweden was Stenberg. As a shot is stopped. Havlet and Elias Peterson getting the assist. Scores tied in the second. Hockey fans, get the very latest in Team USA and USA Hockey apparel at shopusahockey.com. There's something for all ages, from jerseys, hoodies, t-shirts, novelties, and more. Don't delay. Head to shopusahockey.com now.
I want to say hello to all the guys watching the game at Tony's in Colorado Springs. All the USA Hockey gang is there watching the USA going for gold.
Shot to the net, doesn't get through. Another shot goes off the backboards. It comes in front.
I should say,
Squirts out.
I should say guys and gals are there watching the game.
Correct. Shot to the net. Havlat holds on. Dave, this first 25, 27 minutes of the game, it seems to me the pace of this game favors the Swedes. Do you agree or no?
I would agree with you. I think that they've been able to establish a forecheck. They've been able to establish down-low play. They've been good below the goal line, as you see Henrik Lundqvist.
Yep.
Who's won some hardware for the Swedes. He gets a nice ovation from the crowd.
He's been omnipresent at this tournament. He's been there quite a bit, and he's a former Olympic gold medal winner as well, and a hero, him and his brother, Joel.
He is as high profile a Team Sweden alum as you're going to find, and recent Hockey Hall of Fame inductee. But going back to the pace, I think the Swedes have been really good in two areas. Number one is establishing below the goal line, and number two is moving the puck cross ice.
There's another chance in front, going around the net. Olin tried to get it up high, lost it, and now the Americans try to come back the other way. It could be a break. Coming down the ice. Chance to the net, just wide. Chance there by Will Smith off the lead pass from Perreault.
And what a track back by Lindstrom.
Team USA now stretching it out again. Puck bounces towards the Swedish net. Swedes come the other way. Oscar Pettersson. Two Petterssons on Team Sweden. Elias and Oscar.
It's like Smith in the U.S., right?
It's funny, Elias Pettersson is a Vancouver draft pick, and they have a pretty good player in Vancouver already by that name, so.
Well, yesterday we were talking about the Michigan, or a couple of games ago, and I mentioned that Billy Armstrong is the first guy that done it. That's not the GM of Phoenix or Arizona. That's the other Billy Armstrong.
Okay.
Those two were teammates together in Hershey.
A shot towards the net, over the blocker. Americans will chase back. There's a lot of Billy Armstrongs out there.
Yeah, one was the defenseman, that's the GM. So there was Billy D and Billy F is how everybody set them apart.
Finley winds it around the wall.
And tying it all into this, they played for Mike Eaves there, the coach of the 2004 U.S. gold medal winners at the World Juniors, the anniversary of which is today.
And also 11 years ago today, Team USA won the gold medal over Sweden in Russia. So a lot of anniversaries with the tournament being held the same time of year. Here's a chance now off the rush. Tried to slide it through Oslin, but puck was deflected, and the Americans come the other way, looking to gain some speed to the neutral zone. They pull up, Snuggerud gets it to the middle, McGroarty, puck up in the air, bounces just before the goal, but Salamonson gets it out of harm's way. Now Sandin Pellikka, long pass ahead. Karamaki behind the net. Wahlberg, low to high. Puck deflected and knocked into the neutral zone. McGroarty trying to make something happen. The Swedes regroup. Ruslat throws it behind the net. Americans wind it all the way around. Long stretch play. Here comes Howard walking in, back in, and he scores! 5-hole! Isaac Howard gives the Americans the lead.
Early on in the game, you and I talked about it. One line's percolating and bubbling under the surface that could really impact this game. This one. And there they go as they break the tie. And Howard, with his just lights out speed, comes to the front of the net. Different move than he used in the shootout. Shootout, he stayed on the forehand, but here he kind of goes with the same idea as to sneak the puck underneath the back pad. So he comes in, stick side the glove side, sticks it off the back knee. One of the best offensive tactics that you can use, great reaction. One of the best offensive tactics you can use on a breakaway is when you go lateral, get the goalie to open, and bank the puck off the back knee. It's almost indefensible. And he's 2 for 2 on it in this tournament.
Drew Fortescue ripped that puck up the wall. It looked like a set play almost. And Howard beat the Swedish defenseman and makes a great play to the net. Howard strikes again. It's been a terrific tournament for Isaac Howard, with 6 goals now in the tournament. The Americans looking for more. Howard throws it towards the front of the net. Frank Nazar there, spins back, takes a hit, comes loose, knocked down the wall.
EJ, biggest difference in this tournament, in my opinion, is the U.S. has about 7 or 8 players that can break a game open by themselves, where they don't need a structured play. They can just take it upon themselves to do it. Howard's one of them.
There's a shot off the blocker, and Augustine lost that one. Swedes get another pop at it, but he was able to keep it out. Americans on the move again. On the backhand, Smith drives to the net, stopped by Havlet. He's going to hold on. So Isaac Howard, the kid from Hudson, Wisconsin, gives the Americans a 2-1 lead. And here's a look at the goal leaders for Team USA, and you can see Gavin Brindley and Isaac Howard with 6 apiece. Howard scoring to give the U.S. a 2-1 lead. Snuggerud with 5, McGroarty and Smith with 4 apiece. And boy, great play of the net by Isaac Howard, Dave.
Absolutely. The scoring spread out through lines. Brindley and Howard have been lineys for this entire tournament.
There's a chance off the face-off shot there by Smith. Just goes short side and stopped by Havlet. Puck turned over in the neutral zone. Swedes banging in. Renzel fights off the check there of Sternberg. Long pass ahead. Perreault a little too far. Puck too far for Sternberg. He tries to chase it down. Just thrown up the wall by Renzel. Here's a chance now for the Swedes. Shot just fired wide. Sternberg with a great look. Puck goes down the boards and around. Swedes trying to get to their forecheck again. Wahlberg got the puck, spins back. Squirts out. Lekaramaki. Watch there by Renzel. Puck goes to the other corner. William is over there with Wahlberg. Here's Lekaramaki in front with a shot. Nice blocker stop by Augustine on the dangerous Jonathan Lekaramaki.
Great jump off the post to close the gap so he could use that blocker as effectively as he did. Great piece of goaltending and a quick recognition by Augustine of the danger coming.
Finally, the Americans get it out to center ice. Long change this period. Looked like they can try to get a couple of bodies off. Here's another chance to the net. Ostlund just missed on that one. Puck was deflected. Renzel's been out there for a long time for Team USA. He likely needs a change. The Americans come to center. On the attack now. Gauthier spins back. Squirts it through to McGroarty. He turns back. Low to high. Casey throws it back to McGroarty. Spinning along the wall. Up high. Throws it through traffic. Just wide. Swedes look to clear, and they do to center. Puck comes off the wall. It's Ostlund again. Spins back to the middle. Nice play. Shot deflects up off the glass. What a nice play by Ostlund. He's been terrific in this game. Now here comes Havlet. Throws it through. Can't find Bestead. Americans looking to stretch it again. Long pass. Good defensive posture by Sweden.
Penalty coming. It's going to be on the U.S. Sorry, I was offsides. My bad.
Yeah, just a delayed offside there. So we play on. Shots, 14 apiece. U.S. with the 2-1 lead. Swedes now throw it at the net. Turned aside by Augustine. Chesley in the corner. Gets it ahead to Finley. Gets to center. Enters the zone, dumps it ahead. Moore. Back up the wall. Hudson comes down. Finley around. Pass Moore to the right point. Chesley. Throws it at the net. Behind the net it goes. Squirts out in front. Americans with a chance. Just over the net by Moore there as he was in the slot. Good forechecking shift now by Team USA. Here's Howard back on the ice. They get some fresh bodies on. Howard battling with Sandin Pellikka. Swedes just chip it out of the zone.
The highlight reel of goals scored by the U.S. is going to be impressive. But the highlight reel of plays that they've made that didn't go in might be almost as good. I mean, they have created just some tremendous scoring chances as this game has gone on. By the way, before we get going a little further here, one of the linesmen in this game, as you see the save by Augustine, great play. Number 52, you'll see him in the game. He's an American. That's Shane Gustafson, a graduate of USA Hockey's officiating development program. He's worked in the USHL, the American League, East Coast League, where he is now between those two leagues, second year in a row that the U.S. has had somebody on the lines in the gold medal game.
And congratulations, because that is a big deal to the officials and linesmen who put in all the time and effort. Puck kicking around in front of the net. Americans buzzing around right now looking to get another. Brindley throws it back behind. They try to squeeze it in front, and they get a bounce. It deflects home. And the Americans grab a 2-goal lead. Looks like it was Isaac Howard again.
And what line does it? The Nazar line. They grind, they battle, they get into sticks, they get through hands, they win races, they win pucks. They go side to side here to spread things out, and then a bad angle shot, which is becoming the new grade A. Dead angle, goalie not squared, off the back foot. Bad piece of goaltending by Haviland, whose stick becomes the deflector for the shot, and the U.S. takes the lead.
So Isaac Howard with his 2nd of the game, his 7th of the tournament, and Team USA now jumps out to a 2-goal lead.
At 2-1, it's a different feel than at 3-1, because now all of a sudden the players are going to start to feel the tension from the crowd. And now you wonder if the Swedes they're not going to panic, but you wonder if it starts going from urgency to desperation. They get out of their structure.
Shot deflected up into the netting. So Isaac Howard with a pair of goals, and Team USA has a 2-goal cushion.
EJ, you talked earlier in the tournament how much you like Ike. There's a lot to like, and I love the read here. Sold that he was going north, got the stick of the defenseman out of the way, had the goalie leaning with the stick out a little bit too, and then just ripped it towards the front of the net. And as we've all learned in championship games, no shot's a bad one. And the Swedes have had 2 grade A's that missed the net completely in the last 5 minutes.
Shot from the point, tipped wide. The Americans clear it out. Swedes will regroup. So Perreault in the first, Howard with a pair here in the second. Team USA leads it 3-1. Hudson fighting off Lekaramaki. The Americans get it out. Swedes now looking to regroup. Lekaramaki with a shot just over the crossbar off the glass. Fans trying to, here and there, the home country, Sweden, trying to get them going. Here's a turnover, though. The Americans the other way. Finley with a shot, just deflects. Hudson jumps in. Defenseman jumping in on the play. In the battle, creating another turnover. Swedes scrambling to get it. They finally do, and Havlat starts it up. Long pass ahead. Spinning back, it's Ogren. Liam Ogren behind the net. Watch by Fortescue. Puck to the corner. Gauthier takes a hit. No worse for the wear. Here comes McGroarty the other way to Snuggerud. Tries to get it to McGroarty. Puck up the wall. Game opening up a little bit right now, Dave. A little more pace.
Swedes got to push the pace quite a bit here. Obviously they need 2 goals, but they need something to wake themselves up a little.
There's Casey driving to the net. He's bodied to the corner. Swedes look to come the other way with numbers. Pass ahead. Dropped off. Unger Sorum walking through. His shot is blocked. He gets knocked to the ice. Fans roar as Bouillon fires it in. Havlat stops it. Gets it over to Wilander.
You would think this game in 5th gear favors the U.S. I'm talking about the Swedes need to up the pace too. Pace creates mistakes.
Yep.
The faster you play, the more you're going to get a team out of their structure and making mistakes. And for the Swedes, I really think up in the pace of this game, they will be comfortable with it, and they're going to need to do it.
Salomonson checked there by Leonard. Both guys go to the turf, or the ice in this case. Puck comes out of the corner, driving to the net, backhand shot just over the glass as Leonard is still tied up there with Salomonson. Smith came driving with the backhand.
Swedes with a good drive, bang, and then right to the middle, and there's the big hit by McGroarty. And the U.S. starting to lay out some lumber. McGroarty a little bit of a Retaliation for the hit that Gauthier took a second ago, and a good block shot. Nice sellout by William to get that thing taken away.
And now the referees are having a conference, and we'll be interested to see what comes of this. Referees for this game today, Misha Heiskanen from Switzerland and Mark Pierce from Canada. So the pace is picked up, the physicality is picked up, and I would imagine the urgency down 2 for Sweden has picked up here.
I think that chat was about where the face-off location might be, but here once again is the big hit by McGroarty.
Good hit.
It's interference at the least. I mean, the puck was anywhere near him. Hey, he has just got the cat that ate the canary smile, doesn't he?
And you can see the coach of Team Sweden, Magnus Havlet, the brother of Nicholas Havlet, played in the NHL, and Nicholas's 2 boys playing in this one today. Hugo, the goaltender, and Matthias on defense, number 5. So we are back, and now we get another whistle.
I mean, it looks like a face-off violation of the U.S., so they'll redrop. Could have been somebody encroached early.
You know, Dave, we talked about it at the top of the program. There's history with these 2 groups, right? Going back to the last 2 U18s, gold medal games. Both teams won 1. It's getting trippy out there now. There's a lot at stake. Discipline is going to be important, correct?
No question. And the U.S. has preached 2 penalties or less. Every game they've played, they basically stuck to it.
There's Howard now. Takes the hit, comes out with the puck, up high. Spinning back. Goes across, Howard. Here's an opportunity, and glove down as Rinzel comes in, but Havlet shuts it down with the glove.
The booing you're hearing from the crowd is a high stick that they thought should have been called about a second ago. At the U.S. with a real, and you see Wahlberg there just explaining to the official he got smacked. And there it is.
Yeah.
And the replay being shown in the building is certainly not going to help ease the tension on the side of the Swedish fans. But the Americans have really good chances. Rinzel drops down. Remember, you and I talked the other day. The American defense, it's like dive bombers. I mean, they are constantly going.
Here's Hudson throwing it through, but he can't get it through. Swedes will come the other way. Bistak. His shot is blocked. In the corner, spinning back is Ogren. Gets it up high. Salomonson through traffic to the front. Doesn't get to Augustine. Battles in front. Here's another shot. Didn't get much on it there, Ogren. Americans come the other way. Long pass ahead. And no whistle for icing. We play on. Fans didn't like that either. Bistak. Under 2 minutes now here in period number 2. McGroarty throws it across. Here's his chance. Blocked down. Puck kicks around in front. Swedes come away with it. Looking to come out. Long pass across. Sandin Pellikka just chips it in. He'll go for a change.
How about the patience by Salomonson, 3 and goal behind the net to chip that pass out. Really nice piece of composure.
Long pass ahead. McGroarty tries to make a play with it. Can't do it. Swedes come the other way. Little physical play along the wall. Americans get it out. McGroarty to center. Wilander now for Sweden. A minute left in period number 2. Wilander plays college hockey at BU, and he's going to draw a penalty there. So Wilander moving down the wall draws a penalty, and the Swedes will get an opportunity on the power play here late in period number 2.
We were talking about officiating earlier, and I like how David Carl discussed the human element in officiating.
Number 26, 2 minutes for tripping.
And these guys know they missed one with the high stick earlier, so they're just thinking, hey, where do you make it up and get one back? But that's legit. I mean, that's
a penalty.
That's a penalty. Here comes the ball with
play,
it.
Yeah. Right beforehand. Ooh, skate came up on Snuggerud. Back heel, that skate caught him. Hopefully he's okay. So the Swedes will get a chance with that potent power play of theirs. They had a chance earlier, could not connect.
They had something dialed up on that left side. They could have won it direct. Everybody was encroached in and ready.
Here's a chance now for Team USA, short-handed. Pass goes through, Nazar slipped it through, and now the Swedes are going to cut with numbers the other way. Under 30 seconds in the period. Puck comes to the middle. Oh, great opportunity, passed up there. They go behind the net and look to get to their set. Under 20 seconds now left in period number 2. Sandin Pellikka looking, throws it through, knocked down in front. 10 seconds left in the period. They go low to high. Sandin Pellikka across, one-timer, and a goal! Lekaramaki with the one-timer! And the Swedes connect on the power play with just 5 seconds left in period number 2. And it's a one-goal game.
These power plays in the medal round have been like an immovable object at times. You can't slow them down. Swedes go D to D, might have been through a little bit of a screen, but the recovery of the puck off the chance that they blew originally was what made it. I think this puck might have hit something in front. It might have hit Chesley. But the Swedes recovered a loose puck off an opportunity that they passed up, and then quickly going D to D, spread the box, and they fire it in a momentum swing time of the period. So the U.S. has scored 2 goals in this period, but the Swedes are going to go to the locker room with a lot of jump.
The puck comes in, and now behind the net, a little chit-chat. There's Isaac Howard. He had a pair of goals for Team USA. Karamaki with his 7th of the tournament. Team still chit-chatting. They'll sort it out.
Buckle up.
Let's get into our intermission crew, Lauren Gardner and Jason Demers.
1 period left to play here in the gold medal game between Team USA and Team Sweden. Isaac Howard with not 1 but 2 goals in that second frame now leads goal scorers for Team USA in this tournament, standing by with our own John Rosen.
Tournament leader with 7 goals. I want to talk about your 6th, though. You took the rim around from Drew Fortescue. How did you read that play to slip past the defense?
Yeah, it was a hell of a play by Fort just to rim that puck up, keep that speed. And I was kind of able to just come at a good angle and beat that guy and slip a 5-hole on the breakaway.
Now, a lot of you have been able to find some seams behind their defense. We've seen Will Smith. We've seen it from Quinn Finley. Is there anything that you're seeing in their defense that allows you guys to have those stretch passes?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we caught them a couple times when they were kind of, cheating for offense a little bit, and, just continuing to do that in the third. And, we're 20 minutes away from being world champs, so we just got to do everything we can.
One fun question, too. It's a little bit of a Michigan State connection. Before you line up for every period with Rutger McGroarty, you yell 2. He's number 2. You're 22. Can you just tell us a little bit about that tradition?
Yeah, just started in the exhibition game, and we carried it through. He's 2. I'm 22, so we just like to yell and give a nice little fist bump.
And finally, what's important over the final 20 minutes?
Just, giving everything we got, leaving nothing for tomorrow, just sacrificing in any way we can.
Best of luck rest of the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
John Rosen, intrepid journalist, getting to the bottom of the inside jokes within Team USA. That's what we love to see. When we come back, we'll see Jason Demers' keys to the third period. Everything you got.
Hockey fans, the top American players eligible for this June's NHL draft will face off in the Chipotle All-American game on Monday, January the 15th at USA Hockey Arena in the Detroit suburb of Plymouth, Michigan. Opening face-off is at 4 o'clock, and tickets are on sale now by visiting usahockeyarena.com or in person at the box office. Don't miss this unique chance to see the future stars of the NHL January the 15th at USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth. And if you can't get there, the game will be broadcast right here for you on the NHL Network, 4 o'clock on January the 15th. So Dave, late goal by the Swedes. It's a 1-goal game from both perspectives. How do they go into period number 3?
I think if you're the U.S. and you're their coaching staff, you're telling your players, obviously, stick with what you got. Stick with what got you here. And that is, use your speed, use your skill, use center ice, middle lane, carry with possession, and obviously rely on Trey Augustine, who's been great. If you're the Swedes, they got to get back to this kind of selfish shot mentality, which they've had through the last 4 games. I have found they've left some grade A's on the table. They've also had a couple of grade A's where they missed the net completely. So it's incumbent upon them to be a little bit more determined and direct with their shooting attempts.
And there's a shot by Gauthier, glove down by Havlet.
I want to correct myself on one thing. In the second period on the McGroarty hit, I had alluded to the fact I thought it was an interference, and in watching the replay back between periods, which you provided for me, I certainly see that the delivery to the net had just happened. So I blew that one, and I just wanted to correct the record and take the officials off the hook.
So we play on. The Americans now on the attack. McGroarty tries to one-time that one. Chesley throws it behind the net. Team USA trying to get to a forecheck game. Puck kept in, but now the Swedes come the other way. Ostlund down the right side. Slakaramaki coming out. Goes low to high. Shot through traffic. Doesn't get to the net.
I think the Swedes need to play a little bit more behind the U.S. defense, whether it's possession or forecheck. They've made a lot of hay over the last few games by playing below their opposing defense.
Here come the Swedes again. Pass in front. Dangerously near the cage. Would stop there. Another loose puck in front. It's up in the air now in the corner. So a little loose play in front of the net. Turnover the other way. Swedes on the attack again. And now the puck just underneath the stick of Wilander. He has to chase back. Long pass ahead. We're going to get a whistle and an icing. So a couple of opportunities for the Swedes early around the U.S. cage.
Swedes got a little bit of their grind on. First they attack on a nice wide drive here and trying to get something to happen in there. Then they recover and are able to create a couple second opportunities. And Fortescue with the wherewithal to find that puck and skate and make sure that it stays out of the danger zone. And there's the seal, the low ice seal.
There's a one-timer and a goal! Steve Booyah! Booyah! And Team USA regains the 2-goal lead.
The U.S., who has not been great on faceoffs in the game, would have been great in faceoffs in the tournament, with a huge faceoff win on the left-hand dot, which is where they've been strongest for the most part. And Booyah just leans into it, and he catches the goaltender, Havlet, a little bit off his angle. That might have caught the inside of the skate of the defenseman, but wow, what a rocket. And Havlet didn't line it up properly, and Booyah, who is draft eligible in 2024 and plays his college hockey for his head coach David Carl at Denver, extends the lead.
And the Americans right back on the attack. Puck kicks around in the slot. Now it'll come the other way. Pettersson moves it up. There's Pettersson, backhands it behind the cage.
I'm going to come out and say it. Getting 2 more on Augustine, that is a tall task. The way he has played in this tournament and the quality of goalie that he is, that is asking a lot to get another 2 on him.
There's Matthias Havlet now. Ships the puck in. Turnover behind the net. Goes low to high. Swedes on the wall. Sandin Pellikka throws it towards the net. Knocked down in front. There's his chance, and Augustine got a piece of it. Another drive. Gets blocked before it gets to the cage. Puck below the goal line. Ostlund battling down low. Hudson is able to move it up the ice. McGroarty bangs it forward. So Booyah gets the goal. Will Smith had the first assist. Great pass, put him right in a position to shoot. And Will Smith, you pointed it out, he's having a heck of a game today.
The kid's been money all tournament, and his game is powered by his feet and his compete, and it's been on display for 7 games.
Swedes look to come the other way, and they do. Barnes, number 11 in goal, down below the goal line. Nazar's there. Now the puck turned over. Bestead chasing it down, tries to get it up to the point. Puck goes up in the air. The Americans will grab it, and they look to come out with speed, and they do. Snuggerud, his shot goes wide, rings all the way around. Perreault is there, and he just fires it back. The Swedes will regroup. Team USA with the 2-goal lead. Steve Bouillon with the goal early in period number 3 to reestablish the 2-goal cushion after the Swedes scored with 5 seconds left in period number 2.
Totally changes the complexion of how this game looked. Good face-off win, quick pass, one-timer goes. And I love the whole play because the puck really never stopped moving. You know, off the face-off, quick pass, quick shot. Two of the hardest things to do are defend off puck movement and defend off the shot. And the U.S. takes advantage of the Swedes being flat-footed.
And we talk about Yannick Perreault, Gabriel's dad, being such a great face-off man. He'll be proud of his son on that one. He won that draw, and it was obviously a set play. And Will Smith, who has been one of the top face-off men in the tournament, he ends up making the pass off the face-off win by Perreault. Bouillon gets the job done with the shot. Looked like Havlat just pushed too far over, Dave.
Yeah, I agree. Took himself off his angle.
There's Brindley with a shot. Short side, stopped there by Havlat. Puck in the neutral zone. Brindley using that speed to backtrack. Now he moves it the other way. Here's Smith. Smith fakes the pass, goes behind the net. Up high, Smith across to Rinzel. Throws it down along the wall, gets it back. Takes a look. Throws it through traffic, deflected. Oh, just might have hit the pipe or the pads on the way through. That one is blockered up over the glass into the netting. So a seemingly harmless play to the net almost ended up with another U.S. goal.
It is so important for the U.S. to play the possession game now. The U.S. defensively has been, that's a great tip.
Got the pad.
U.S. defensively have been okay through the tournament. Augustine's been real good. Fowler's been good. The defense has been okay. And sometimes your best defense is a great offense. And puck possession-wise, the U.S. has won that time of possession battle for a good chunk of this tournament. And I think that is going to be a huge component going down the stretch for them. It's just to be in possession so they don't have to defend.
Swedish fans trying to urge on their team in this gold medal game. Noah Ostlund taking the draw. He wins it to the corner.
And once again, just reminding fans, in international play, you can't use your feet. So there's none of that under the stick, use your feet, kick it back thing. It's got to be stick on stick off the initial drop.
Nylander fighting off Smith. Little BC on BU action there. Nylander goes to BU. Will Smith, part of the contingent from BC, playing for Team USA. Puck now gets fired all the way back to the Swedish end. Ostlund spinning in the neutral zone. Back to his forehand, loses the puck. Nelson chips it back. Oscar Pettersson threw it across. Puck comes all the way back in the U.S. end. Fortescue, he takes a bump. Americans try to move it out. Nelson gets it out of the zone. Swedes regroup. Shot, glove down by Augustine. He'll hold on.
And Augustine's rebound control will factor in big here as the rest of the game goes along, because obviously the less second chances, better off U.S. will be in terms of their chance to finalize this thing. And where Augustine, I think, has been really good has been his ability to keep rebounds tight to him. We talked about how good he is down low. His hands have been very good in this tournament. As this game moves along, the last 14 and a half, obviously his rebound control will be a big factor.
Instead on the draw for Sweden. The Americans come away with it. Chesley up the wall. Americans on the attack. McGroarty pulls up his shot. Deflects to the corner. Havlat with it. Matthias Havlat starts it up. Gets it to Bistad. Along the wall. Ogren. And now the puck goes to the net. Stopped by Augustine.
The U.S. got caught with too deep on that forecheck, and the Swedes came up with numbers 5-on-3. But the U.S., as they've done a lot in the neutral zone, they're de-surfed up, closed gaps, and forced the entry pass all the way outside the dot line to the wall. And that is a far way for the middle of the ice where the Swedes want to play right now. So defending 3 against 5, the U.S. did a good enough job to deflect that attack wide and basically kill it while being outnumbered on the initial rush.
On the draw, won by Nazer. Team USA moving to center, long pass across. Nazer's going to chase it down in the corner. He's got 8 assists in this tournament. He gets it up high, quick shot, and a nice stop. Great stop by Havlat on the quick chance there. Howard was in that area again. He's been dangerous throughout this tournament. 2 goals today. Puck along the wall. Swedes come away with it. Sandin Pellikka now to the blue line. Throws one on goal. Blocked aside by Augustine. Barn with the puck. Up high. Throw towards the net. Deflection chance goes wide. In the corner. The team's battle was behind the net. Karamaki going to chase down. Watched by Howard.
Right now for the Swedes, every puck battle matters.
Puck again, won by Karamaki. We're going to get a whistle and a hand pass. Isaac, that's Lane Hudson cut on the play. See what happens when we come back. So when we left you, Lane Hudson was bleeding, and he was cut with a stick, and then a double minor was called by the officials, and now they have gone to review it. You can see there's Lane Hudson being treated by the medical staff. And let's watch the play. Bang! Oh. I mean, that's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, kind of hard to miss that one.
And it's Austin, who's been a really good player for the Swedes today, but that's a high stick. There's no question about it, and they drew blood. And that's a nasty one, too, because where the stick hit him, it wasn't the blade, it was kind of the bottom of the shaft kind of came up and got him and cut him pretty good. See, David Carl is going to check it out. He has his opinion. The referees are looking at it. I can't imagine this isn't some sort of penalty here.
You've seen it a million times. Puck battles create penalties. Urgency creates more, or when you're down by a couple goals, those puck battles, as I said, take on a little bit of a different sense of urgency. But the more of those 50-50s you get into, the more of those puck battles you get into, the more propensity you find for penalties to happen.
And as I mentioned earlier, the 2 officials from Switzerland, Misha Havison, and from Canada, Mark Pierce. And there it is again. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
I mean, that's like a borderline 5.
And maybe that's what they're discussing.
Puck's already on the ice. He was trying to make a play at the puck. Now, here's my question to you. Is the follow-through on an attempt to play the... No, it's only a follow-through on a shot or pass.
Yeah.
That was neither.
Yeah. And Lane Hudson pointing to the obvious evidence. David Carl talking it over on the bench. A wise musical selection there. Little Marvin Gaye, what's going on? I'd like to know. And we're going to find out.
After review, the call on the ice stands. Sweden number 12 is assessed a double minor penalty for high sticking.
So there it is, double minor penalty for high sticking. Quite frankly, should be happy at this level, international play, it could end up being worse.
There is no argument on that call, none. And now the U.S. power play, which is, they'll get its first opportunity right now because they did score 6 on 5 on a delayed penalty earlier. The U.S. power play gets a chance to basically seal the deal. And their power play lately has been unstoppable.
And there's Lane Hudson, he's all patched up.
Now the Swedes do kill aggressively. That's one difference you'll see between the Swedes and the Finns yesterday. The Swedes are really, really aggressive up ice and in their defensive zone coverage. They come after you. Long sticks, good speed. They don't let you breathe. And that can be a factor here too.
You can see the top power plays in the tournament. Team USA has done very well. I mean, 38%, 8 for 21.
And Brett Larson right there with the I was about to say with the blue jacket, blue tie, but it's the blue jacket, blue tie, white shirt who just moved out of your picture. He's the head coach at St. Cloud State, and he is largely responsible for the power play for the U.S.
So 4-minute power play for Team USA, a double minor. They score in that first 2 minutes. They'll get a second 2 minutes. Off the draw, Team USA wins it. They get to their set. Hudson across to McGroarty. Exchange with Gauthier, back to Hudson. Walking down low at the goal line. Back up high, pass through. Gauthier looks, fires, blocked. Goes to the corner. Howard. Back up high to Hudson. Drives down the left side to the goal line. Brindley now walks it out. Down the left side. Howard back up to Hudson. To Howard. Talk about, there's that aggressive penalty killing. Hudson throws it through to Gauthier. Aggressive nature of the Swedes again. Americans gain control of the puck. Brindley has it. Hudson. Gauthier walking in. Tries to make a pass to the front. They throw it through, but the puck deflected and Havlat gets a piece of it, and he'll hold on. 3:02 left on the power play.
So Havlat in a similar posture as when he had the puck go off a stick and in, taking away that cross-crease pass here, short-handed. Sometimes your goalie has got to be your best penalty killer, and he breaks up a pass here too. The U.S. moves the puck around, and Gauthier is really the guy to keep an eye on in this unit. McGroarty's got the option to be the jam play guy, and they've really brought the jam play in a lot as this has gone on, or at least the jam play option. But Gauthier on that dot is dangerous.
Team USA gains control. Quick shot to the net, goes wide. Smith now. Up high for Casey. Back to Smith.
Now it shifts sides. The Stuggerud on the left wing becomes dangerous.
Casey walking down. Throws it in front. Leonard tried to get a piece of it, just tipped it over the net. Puck comes up high, and the Swedes were able to get it and clear it down. 2:35 left in the power play. 4-2 Team USA. Smith enters the zone, chases to the corner, throws it around the wall. Back up high to Casey. Casey goes down along the wall. They throw it to the middle on the pop out. Here's Smith, takes a look, goes across. Big shot there, fired wide off the glass. Puck kept in by a diving Smith. And now the Swedes clear it. First penalty is over. So we're under 2 minutes now left on this power play chance. Brindley tries to charge in, can't do it. Puck knocked all the way down. Swedes chase it in. Puck kicked out to the neutral zone. Americans grab it and they come the other way again with speed. Right to the middle. Howard with a shot, rips it over the crossbar. Howard looking for the hat trick. Gauthier. Now it comes up to Hudson. Back to Gauthier. Pass to Hudson's block. He recovers. Goes across. Down low at the goal line. Walks out in front. Brindley denied by Havlat. Strong play by the Swedes on the wall. They clear it to the neutral zone. 1:15 left in the power play. Gauthier throws it down the wall. Nobody home. Pettersson gets it, fires it out. Long stretch pass ahead. Swedes get a chance at the net. Shot there by Edstrom, stopped by Augustine, and he'll get a whistle.
U.S. has gotten a couple of looks. They haven't gotten the look they wanted by Leonard on that, by Stuggerud on that side with the big one-timer option like they had yesterday. But this is a great pass to the front of the net, which has been kind of a secondary option that they have been able to take advantage of as this tournament has gone on. But the Swedes are building a little momentum so far in the first 3 minutes of this penalty kill.
Minute left in the power play. Swedes get it, chip it back in. Here's Casey now. Pass ahead to Smith. Leaves it for Leonard. Leonard gains his own, pulls back. They rim it around. Stuggerud throws it back. Nobody home. Swedes are able to clear.
If the U.S. doesn't score at the very least, they run 4 minutes off the clock, but the Swedes have, I think, gained a little energy here in this penalty kill.
Casey now, behind the net. Gets help from Perreault, walking out to the front. Pass, one-time shot, knocked down in front. Stuggerud had a good look. Puck comes all the way back down. 15 seconds left on the power play. Will Smith. One last rush, if that. 5 seconds left. Long pass ahead. Here comes Leonard to the middle, driving. Finley picks it up. He fires a shot. Knocked down in front, and maybe Havlat has it. And now we get a nasty play in the corner. Pettersson knocks down one of the American players. A crazy finish to that power play opportunity. The chance in front. Finley couldn't finish. Still 4-2.
Some big stops here, and important stops by the Swedish goaltender Haviland as he dives across for that one. Hey, look like Derek Jeter on that play. Gets across and holds on to it, and then a little extra afterwards. But really nice job by Leonard. Leonard has just been a big bull this whole tournament. He has not been afraid to go into traffic. He's protected the puck really well, and he's created a ton with his size and his hands. He's had an excellent tournament.
So the Swedes dodge a bullet, do a good job on the penalty kill off the 4-minute double minor. And now we're under 9 minutes left in regulation. The Americans with a 2-goal lead. The Swedes being urged on by the home fans. You can see the Americans with their supporters as well. Gauthier takes the puck off the draw. Throws it down low. McGroarty has it. Fights off Pettersson. Snuggerud in the battle. Puck comes loose. Finally, Ostlund gets it. Gets it over to Wahlberg. Starts up the left side. Now we get a whistle for an offside. A shot at the end of that. Guys are bumping.
Swedes better be careful here. Like, they're flirting with disaster right now. Once you get a whistle here, you got to lay out, play it whistle to whistle, and get out. Because if you let your emotion and the moment overtake your emotion, and you do something foolish like you just saw a second ago, now you're killing another one. So for the Swedes, they got to be dialed in on just getting pucks in the net and not finishing after whistles.
And these two teams, the captain of Team USA, Rutger McGroarty, he said it. He goes, we don't like them, they don't like us. They've been in some tight games with each other over the last couple of years at the U18 level. Seeing some of that today, and the Americans trying to hang on to this 2-goal lead. Puck fired wide, goes back into the Swedish end. Havlat will chase back. Good forechecking pressure there by the Americans. Howard was on it. Swedes look to clear it out. They take a middle zone entry or exit. It's Ogren. Pulls up. Leaves it. One-time shot. Blocked. Doesn't get to the net. Under 8 minutes in regulation. Finley chips it in. Brindley, excuse me. Swedes now enter the zone. Wahlberg in the corner. Puck comes to the side of the net. But Moore is there to recover. Americans come the other way. Here's Finley. Quinn Finley. Bad angle shot. Whistles wide. Thrown towards the net by Casey. Doesn't get there. Swedes look to come the other way. Ostlund. Watched by Nelson. Throws it around. Puck on the sidewall. Americans look to clear it. Big hit there by Wahlberg, but the Americans get it out of the zone.
The Swedes' inability to score goals on the rush, like I told you in the last 4 games or so, could be their undoing as this thing starts to wind down. It just has not been an area of strength for them.
Here's Smith now charging down the off-wing side. Good play by Lindstein. Throws it up. Hungry Storm. Throws one. Blockered away or off the shin pad. Comes out to the neutral zone. Lindstein with it. 6.5 left regulation. The Swedes do get it tied up. We go to overtime. There was no shootout in the gold medal game. We go to a 3-on-3 overtime. There will be an intermission between the third period and the extra session if we get there. Chance in front, goes to the point. Chesley throws one at the net wide. USD activates up the wall, but the puck kicks into the neutral zone. And there's Olgren. Olgren looking. His shot is deflected into the corner. Puck kicks around in that corner. Americans try to get it out. Gauthier starting to move up the ice. Fights off Olgren. Gets to the blue line. Now gets to center. Flips it in. Good play by Gauthier, the Flyers draft pick. Sweden, long stretch pass ahead. Down the right side, Lekaramaki with a shot, goes off the glass. Puck banged down the wall again. Behind the net, Ostlund. Swedes looking to go low to high. Sandin Pellikka through traffic. It bounces around, might have hit the pipe. Augustine lost his stick, but the Americans clear it. He grabs his stick as Brindley battles in the other corner. What a chance for the Swedes to get within one. Here's a turnover. Chance now for Frank Nazar with a shot just over the pipe and off the glass. Under 5 minutes in regulation. Swedes now with urgency up the ice, down 2. Puck to the corner. Goes up the wall. Behind the net. Swedes looking to get it to the front. Sternberg back there. Edstrom as well. Puck comes free. Casey backhands it to center. Nervous crowd here. Backhand. Shot short side wide. Wielander throws it down below the goal line. Comes up high. Lindstein's shot doesn't get through. Americans clear it out to the neutral zone.
Look at how well the Americans are taking away the middle of the ice in the defensive zone. Not a lot of pressure. They are holding tight inside the dots, and they are forcing the Swedes to have to make plays.
Denberg's shot goes wide. Under 4 minutes now in regulation. Keep an eye on that Swedish net at some point. Down 2. Here's a chance and a goal! It's Leonard! Ryan Leonard, who ended the Swedes' hopes at the 2023 under-18s in overtime, might have just put the dagger in him today at the World Juniors. It's 5-2.
Great race by Leonard, who we talked about just been a bull in a china shop this whole tournament. There he uses all the attributes that have made him the effective player that he's been this tournament. Size, speed, and good puck control. And he doesn't waste any time with it. The U.S. all tournament long has feasted on the fact that they have not held on to pucks very long and have put pucks to the net quickly. It's only fitting that the goal that should seal this thing comes on the same type of play that they have made all tournament long.
And Ryan Leonard celebrating. Certainly heard the American crowd. Those guys were yelling, but they're in the minority in Sweden today. But Team USA with a monster goal to take a 3-goal lead, their largest lead of the day, with just 3:30 left on the clock in regulation. Swedes now with a chance, stopped in front. Good rip there by Lekaramaki. The net is empty for the Swedes. They got an extra attacker on right now. Good defensive play there. Nice job by Snuggerud. Gets it ahead. Look at the empty net. Bingo! Rutger McGroarty slides it home. And it's 6-2.
Rutger McGroarty, before this tournament, they were unsure if he was even going to play. And the captain, who has been terrific in this tournament, seals the deal. James Higgins was brought to the eval camp as an extra center just in case McGroarty couldn't make it because of an injury. And McGroarty spent most of that camp in a red sweater, non-contact. And when the team arrived over here, he showed he was ready to go, and he has been Mr. Dependable for 7 games. What a tournament for the captain, Rutger McGroarty.
Boy, that was a look of joy on his face, and you're right, there's a stick in the netting. One of the Swedish players just banged that stick across the crossbar and flipped it up into the netting. And that 04 class, we talked about it at the start, and we listened to the tape, Dave. They were thinking of this, it's time for payback. They were disappointed with not winning the gold at the 2022 under-18s in a game that they dominated on the shot clock, 51-15. They lost 6-4. They felt like it was unfinished business. And they're taking care of that business today with a 4-goal lead with just 3:10 left on the clock.
Goalie coach and assistant coach David Lasson, who's also the goalie coach at the National Team Development Program, told Trey Augustine this year, as the World Juniors were coming, don't let games that got away from you define you. Much different this time around than against the Swedes in the bronze medal game last year that he couldn't even finish.
So the clock ticking down now for Team USA. It has been a brilliant performance throughout this tournament. They move in with another opportunity and just off the side of the net. Isaac Howard looking for the hat trick.
EJ, the reality is they came into this tournament with the best team. They had a tremendous coaching staff, let's start there. But they came into this tournament on paper with the best team. Nobody could go as deep as they could, and they proved it.
The best team, as we know, though, Dave, in these tournaments doesn't always win. They have performed really well. And give full marks to the coaching staff, everybody with USA Hockey, and most of all, obviously, the players performing under these pressure circumstances.
I like how David Carl told us before the game, this game's about these kids. This is their day and their moment, especially for some of them who have been through some of the disappointments against the Swedes in the past.
It's getting a little nasty here. We're under 2 minutes left in regulation. Puck gets turned over. It's a good time for me to remind you the broadcast of this game is authorized by USA Hockey. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, description of this game without the express written consent of USA Hockey and the International Ice Federation is strictly prohibited. Flipped out of the zone. It's only a matter of time as that puck is flubbed down by Augustine. He keeps it in play. Americans play behind the net. 80 seconds, 70 seconds left. Swedes throw it across. Good look there. Nice stop by Augustine as he comes out and blockers that one aside. Under a minute in regulation. Pettersson across. Turned over. The Americans just flip it out of the zone. Icing waved off. 45 seconds left. The Americans pick it up again, flip it out of the zone. And now we get a whistle. And there's some pushing and shoving here at the end of this one. And Johansson just feeding Hudson with nothing to lose, I guess, in his mind.
These are all
Hudson's a smaller guy, but he's not backing off. He's got the helmet off. Johansson, a much bigger player. 6'4", but Hudson's going to engage anyway. So it's getting ugly here with 31 seconds left. And as we mentioned, there's just been a lot of bad blood between these group of players on both sides.
Yeah, these 04 groups on both sides of the aisle have been in each other's crosshairs for good 3 years now. And this is kind of their last kick at it until they see each other in the NHL down the road.
Or in college, you know, some of these guys are college teammates. Vilander and Hudson are college teammates at BU. See what happened here.
It's not as much of a team with a lot of NCAA guys on it, but you're absolutely right. There'll be future matchups as you see how this all got started.
And Johansson didn't even drop his glove. He just kept punching Hudson in the face. And Hudson didn't give him credit. Much has been made about Hudson's size, but it's not the heart that matters. And Lane Hudson plays with as much heart and as much competitiveness as you will find. And he is a brilliant player at BU, and he's going to be a terrific player in the National Hockey League at some point for the Montreal Canadiens. There are the medals. You hate to see it get nasty at the end, Dave. It's been a well-played game, but I guess when you get two really competitive teams fighting for the same biscuit, you get some of that at the end.
On that U.S. bench, Steve Miller's been through, I think, 7 of these World Junior tournaments, and he has won a lot of places at the NCAA level, national championships, gold medals with Team USA 7 times. He has been through this process with the U.S. team. David Lasson is well up there too. The amount of World Junior coaching staffs he's been a part of. For David Carl, it was his first kick at it, any level with USA Hockey. He'll take a gold medal home, be 1 for 1. For Brett Larson, I believe it's his second.
You know, when they get the notebook out, that's never good. When the referees get the notebook out, it means there's a lot going on. So they're sorting it out with 31 seconds left. One thing that is not in doubt is the outcome of this game. Team USA is going to win the gold medal. And it's all smiles.
One of the late adds to this coaching staff was Garrett Raboin, who's the head coach at Augustana. So his first experience through this is a good one. And the video coach was Travis Culhane. He is David Carl's video coach at the University of Denver.
And David Carl, brother Matt Carl, was part of that 2004 team in Helsinki to win the first gold medal at this tournament in U.S. history. And now the younger brother, who was back in Anchorage, Alaska, with family, watching that game on television, he gets to be part of a gold medal winning effort 20 years later at the World Juniors. Oslin and Jansen are headed off. But I would imagine they don't go far here. I mean, we're going to have medal ceremonies following this, and American fans happy, Swedish fans not so much. McGroarty, he heads off as well. Hudson gets tossed as well. There you can see Aaron Meridian, and you can see also there Kerry Torrance. Those two guys were part of this team. They were never able to play. They were not on the official dress roster. They were eligible to play if there were an injury, but they did not get a chance to play. But you know what? Credit to those guys. They came here. They did not get to play in the tournament at all, but they practiced. They lend support. They're part of the group. They get medals, and we give them a tip of our cap as well for just making the team and being part of it. Two really good young players, both drafted. Meridian, a Dallas Stars pick, plays at Boston College, and Torrance plays in the Ontario Hockey League and an Anaheim Ducks pick.
And it's certainly a team effort. Stan Wong, Dennis McDonald, Scotty Aldridge, our old buddy, and Nick Meldrum. Congratulations to you guys as well.
15 seconds now, the clock winding down. Finley gets it, fires it at the cage, stopped by Havlet. And this is going to do it. On the 20th anniversary of Team USA's first World Junior gold medal, these young Americans bring home the gold for Team USA, a 6th goal in their history at this tournament. USA, gold medal winners.
And somewhere up in the hockey heavens, Jimmy Johansson has got to be looking down on this with a huge smile. Because so much of what he did helped set the table for the U.S. to be successful at the U20 level.
So the thrill of victory, as they say, and the agony of defeat. And for Team USA, they celebrate. They came here for gold. All the teams come here to try to win it. But only one can. And Team USA, that class of the 04s that came up a bit short at the under-18 tournament in 2022, they get that elusive goal. They get that gold medal today.
And they played well. They played well throughout the course of the game. They stuck with their plan, which was a credit to the coaching staff to allow them to do it. This team came in, EJ, you and I talked about it a few minutes ago. This team came in, it was their gold medal to lose. They got pushed on a couple of occasions, down 2-0 to the Finns, recovered. The Czechia game, they got pushed, they bent, they didn't break, went in a shootout.
You love the emotion, right? Just pure joy for these young guys. Great in slow motion with those gloves just twirling in the air, helmets, as they surround their goaltender, Trey Augustine, who was just brilliant in the tournament, Dave.
They got goaltending from both guys. Fowler was really good for him.
Yep, exactly.
Won in that game against Czechia. Augustine was really good. Fought his way out of a little bit of a hole yesterday. And like you and I talked about earlier in this broadcast, when the U.S. went up 4-2, I said to you, I can't see Augustine giving up 2 more. There's no way.
And you can see they're announcing players of the game. The Americans still involved in the celebration, the hugging, the joy. A special moment for Team USA. 6 gold medals.
And now the media all-star team. The best goalkeeper in the all-star team of the 2024 IIHF World Junior Championship is from Team Sweden, number 35, Hugo Hermelind.
So the media all-star team announced. Hugo Havlin named goalie.
From Team Sweden, number 9, Theo.
And you can hear some of the Swedish players named to the team, well deserving, but at the end of the day, they would certainly trade it in a second for what's coming to the Team USA in a few short minutes here.
By the way, you've just achieved a unique distinction because you've now called 2 gold medal games between the U.S. and Sweden. One is play-by-play, one is an analyst. That's got to be a first, right?
Well, I don't know if it's a first, but it's a real honor and a pleasure for me to do it. And I just feel it's a thrill of a lifetime. It's been great working with you again, Dave. I mean, we've known each other for
30 years.
30 some odd years, playing hockey up at the old Sky Rink in Manhattan. So it's just great to be involved. NHL Network and USA Hockey have done a great job with this, and you can see the celebration continues. And for Sweden, it's a bitter pill, right? Because you're in front of your home crowd. This is what you dream of, trying to win in front of your home crowd. They gave it their best, but in the end, as you said, Team USA to me, and I agree with you, they were just the best team in this tournament, and that's how it played out on the ice.
Nobody could match them, from their number 1 skater down to the last guy on the roster. Nobody, goaltending, same kind of deal. We felt like this was the best trio that the U.S. had sent to a World Junior Tournament in goal since Ottinger, Woll, and Swayman. Everywhere you look, they were loaded for bear. It's almost like they took their 20 best skaters, sent them overseas, and said, go.
And you can see on the Swedish side, they now will come to the blue line. Tough day for the Havlin family with, I mean, the 2 nephews on the ice, the uncle behind the bench. Father played the World Juniors for Sweden in 1993.
Presented by ICA with a contribution of 5,000 Swedish crowns to Aya Cancer. And the best player in the game in Team Sweden, number 12,
Noah Ostlund named best player in the game for Sweden. I'm not going to argue with that. I thought he was terrific. Buffalo Sabres draft pick.
And the player of the game in Team USA, number 22, Isaac Howard.
Isaac Howard with a pair of goals in the game. Can't argue with that one either, Dave.
Nope. Said they've been bubbling under the surface the last couple of games.
By Mikael Haglund, the General Secretary of the tournament, and Anna Sjöberg, member of the local organization community.
Howard had 7 goals in the tournament. Only 2 other players have had more in a single tournament. Jeremy Roenick in 1989 had 8. Kiefer Bellows holds the mark for Team USA. He had 9 goals in 2018.
To award a commemorative to the game officials.
Yep.
The commemorative trophy will be awarded by Luke Toniff, President of the IIHF.
And here are the officials and getting honors for, I mean, this is a big deal. You mentioned it earlier. To be allowed to do these games, it means you've moved up in the ranks amongst your peer group.
Normally they don't put countrymen into a game that their country is playing. But once again, congratulations, number 52, Shane Gustafson, graduate of USA Hockey's officiating development program, a former USHL, I think he's still in the USHL actually doing games, also working in the American League and the ECHL, much like Brandon Grillo, an American in last year's gold medal game on the lines.
Will be presented by Franz Reindl, member of the IIHF Council, and Anders Larsson, president of the Swedish Ice Hockey Association and IIHF Council member. And now, please, ladies and gentlemen, winner of the silver medals of the 2024 IIHF World Junior Championship, welcome Team Sweden.
And so the Swedish players will now accept the silver medal. The crowd cheering them on. Oslin was going to just grab it. Now they take the helmets off and they're put around the neck. I mean, it's quite an achievement. I mean, I know you play this game, Dave, you want to win the gold medal, obviously. And there's no, the guys who are in this moment, they feel like they came up short, but it's still an achievement to win a silver medal. Not everybody gets one here.
No.
10 teams came here.
10 years from now, they'll look back on this and be really proud of it.
Yeah.
They'll be watching World Junior Championships as they get older and realize how good they were in this tournament. And they just, bottom line is this, they ran into a team with better players. It's that simple. And as Dennis Gendron always used to say, the late Red Gendron used to say, the team that gets off the bus with the best players generally wins. And that is almost the simplicity of what happened here.
So the Swedes are shaking hands with the Americans after they received their medals. There was a little chit-chat with Cutter Gauthier there. I mean, it's good to see. I mean, your bitter rivals. I know there's not a lot of love right now as young men. Someday these guys will look back and, they'll have different opinions about how the game went, but you need 2 to tango. And if you don't have really good competitive teams, it doesn't bring the best out in you. The Americans were they were motivated by what happened in Germany in 2022. And I think they brought their best to this tournament because they'd come up short at the U18.
But bottom line is this, you need 2 teams for a rivalry.
Yep,
and this has become a good one. I think the U.S. and the Finns are a great rivalry right now. Obviously, U.S. and Canada will always be. The U.S. and the Finns right now are a dynamite rivalry. And the U.S. and the Swedes close this 3-year chapter of gold medal games here in Gothenburg.
It's a tough handshake line for the Swedes, no doubt about it. Give them full marks for coming over.
And you will see a lot of these Swedish players playing in the National Hockey League. There were 40 NHL draft picks in this game. 40. Wow.
Yep.
Just think about that for a second.
A lot of great
40.
players.
And I'll tell you what, a good chunk of those drafts are going to play.
You see Sandin Pellikka on the end there, number 4. Detroit Red Wings pick from last year. A lot of upside to his game. Thought Olgren played well today. Minnesota draft pick, the captain for Sweden, number 20. We talked about Lekaramäki, Vancouver pick. Tom Wielander, a defenseman, another Vancouver pick. There's Unger Sorum, Carolina pick. And here, Team USA lined up, getting ready to get the gold. Team USA, they got to be pretty proud of what's gone on USA Hockey over the last bunch of years here. This is the 5th World Junior gold medal for Team USA since 2010. Ties them with Canada for the most in that span.
Award, we welcome Mr. Peter Britsam, Senior Vice President of the International Ice Hockey Federation. And now we would like to welcome the Swedish captain, of course, to receive the trophy.
So Liam Ogren goes over.
And this is worth celebrating. A silver medal in the 2024 World Juniors on home ice. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Sweden.
There's a roar for the crowd, as there should be. These kids gave it their all throughout the tournament. They had to battle against a really surprisingly gutty Swiss team in the quarters that went to overtime. They were able to fight off the Czechs yesterday, but Team USA was just too much.
Yeah, this medal round had its twists and turns and took some different paths.
Mr. Peter Britsam, Senior Vice President of the IIHF, and Dwayne Dillinger, Vice President, USA Hockey.
So there they are, the gold medals.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the gold medalists of the 2024 World Juniors, Team USA.
Steve Buyam had a big goal in this game. Got it to 4-2 early in period number 3. Jacob Fowler, 3 wins in the tournament. Will Smith, Gabe Perreault, Kerry Terrence, Jimmy Snuggerud, Ryan Leonard, number 9. Drew Fortescue made that great pass up to Isaac Howard, set him off on a breakaway goal. Second period, Finley, there's Hudson, Howard. Lane Hudson cleaning up that cut still. The captain, Rutger McGroarty, fitting that he's right up there with Cutter Gauthier as they get those medals. Gavin Brindley. Seamus Casey, University of Michigan.
And just in the background, as you're watching the players get their medals, there are 3 folks standing just on the blue line. That was Dave Fisher, the Director of Communications, Jessica Thibault, Director of Team Services, and Taylor Surik, who is the Digital Content Manager for USA Hockey.
And a big thanks to them. Do so much work behind the scenes. And there it is. I guess this is what you do when you win the gold medal. You know, the Vancouver Canucks, they ran a video with JT Miller, who won the 2013 gold medal for Team USA, and they showed him that picture, and he goes, I don't really know why we did it, but we did. So in the years from now, maybe they'll look back and laugh, but certainly right now, they're just tickled and thrilled. And there's David Carl.
You saw Travis Culhane getting his medal. His dad was a heck of a coach at the NCAA level for a long time. David Lassonde, goaltending coach of the National Team Development Program. Garrett Raboyne, head coach of Augustana, new program in the NCAA.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise, remove your hats for the national anthem of USA.
And that song will never sound better to this group.
now the appreciation speech by Mr. Luc Tardif, President of the International Ice Hockey Federation.
Tusen tack, Göteborg.
Okay, so there's Luc Tardif.
Before to close this edition World Junior 2024 in Göteborg, I would like to give congratulations to the organization committee, to the Swedish Ice Hockey Federation, clubs of Frölunda, city of Göteborg, and all the 400 volunteers who made possible this tournament. Last but not least, all of you fans of Göteborg and all over the world who follow this fantastic competition during 2 weeks. Now that's time to give the award. Captain, please.
Comes over and gets the trophy.
Ladies and gentlemen, of course the trophy will be handed over.
And the celebration continues for Team USA. Careful with all that confetti on the ice. 20 years ago, Helsinki, Finland. Team USA led by Ryan Suter, Zach Parisi, Ryan Kessler, coached by Mike Eaves. 4-3 win over Canada.
Lou Mongeluzzo,
and Jimmy Monti, exactly, all involved, putting that team together. And here we are 20 years later, a 6th gold medal at the World Juniors. And I'm old enough to remember when Team USA was not a competitor really for gold at the World Juniors. And that has changed over the last 25 years. And they are now a regular favorite.
Lou Vero told me a great story when he coached a team in the 70s. They actually went out to a store and bought the team windbreakers, and they stenciled USA on the back of it. So they're in a freezing climate somewhere. These kids are shivering, but wearing that USA stenciled windbreaker all over the place. And boy, has it become a whole different story. Back then they had trouble getting the top US players out of the NCAA ranks, and now what an honor to be selected to play for this team and how far it's come.
And I love the picture there. I love the early one with all just the players in there. Now the coaches and support staff come in. A terrific run. Only the 3rd U.S. team to go undefeated at the World Juniors. 2004, they were able to do it as well.
They get to enjoy this tonight. It's interesting. Brett Larson, one of the assistant coaches, and the head coach of this team, David Carl, their 2 teams will start a weekend series a week from tonight in Denver as everybody gets back to it. Steve Miller will go back to the University of Minnesota. David Lasson back to the National Team Development Program. All the support staff back to their respective clubs, and the second half of the NCAA and junior season gets rolling.
In 2017, that was the other U.S. team that went undefeated through the entire tournament. So the 04s, the 17 team, and then Team USA, the 2024 World Junior Championships.
And ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we would like to thank you so much.
Had the shootout against the Czechs. There, Jacob Fowler came up big. It's just been a team effort. Everyone's contributed.
Absolutely, and you take a look at this picture, and you take a look at that trophy,